My name is Chris James and I live at Gwithy Towns. And in the last 3 months I've started Cornish Hedging. I started doing my full-time job because I'd been an aircraft engineer for 30 years and I thought it's about time I did something else. Maybe it was a midlife crisis. I got sick of paperwork and computers. I like being outside. I like making something that's part of the landscape and just building something with my hands, literally just using a hammer and my chisel, and it sounds archaic but there's quite a lot of skill in it. Some of the hedges down at Senna are 4,000 years old, so people have been doing this for so long. So basically someone's picked a stone up and they've put it on a hedge in Senna 4,000 years ago. That stone's still there. That's insane. So I like to be part of that, so I'm just drawn to it. The tools that I mainly use are hammering tools. So I use like a small handled lump hammer and a chisel, because the rocks or the stones are not actually laid on top of each other carefreely, they actually lock into each other. So you have to work the stone and you have to key each stone into each hedge. So all the stones are locked into each other. Even if the earth falls away, the stone will stay. But it's knowing where to hit the rock, and that's kind of what they teach you on your apprenticeship. I wanted to do it properly, so I joined the Guild of Cornish Hedgers, and they're trying to reinstill the skills needed to build a proper Cornish hedge, because it's one of those things that everyone thinks they can just do, but you can't, because it will fall down. So you go for 10 days and you build a hedge, but I've only just completed my first hedge. After a day I feel exhausted and broken, but I still find myself like driven, because a bit like when I'm doing a painting, I just want to see the end. So even though it'll frustrate me and drive me mental doing a painting, the hedge will, and it will really hurt physically. But in the morning I want to get up and I just want to go and see it finished, because I just want to see what it's going to look like. As far as Cornish hedges go, there's 30,000 miles of hedge in Cornwall, and they're not made out of tannalised wood or brick. They're made out of material that's made in the earth, like the granite, the earth, the turf that you put on top. And then over time, the hedges create their own ecosystems and fauna and flora, and they're just so environmentally friendly. And they're also part of our heritage and part of the landscape, and yet they're not protected. So I think it's worth noting that they're something that should be protected, especially as we move into this era of climate change.